All right, welcome everyone. Thanks for being here. We got a very special guest. I'm getting goosebumps already just thinking about it. We got Claudia Rickard. Thank you for being here, Claudia.
Thank you very much for having me, Ryan. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. And the reason I reached out because the more I start talking to our other peers, the more I keep hearing about this bunny talk. I'm like, wow, what a fun little name. And I know you're presenting at HypnoThoughts, the largest hypno conference in the world. You're giving a workshop and a talk. But first, I want to just rewind a bit. We'll get to the bunny talk in a moment. I want to know, how did you get started in hypnosis?
Well, first of all, I've always loved helping people. All
Mm.
right, people are my passion. I've just been one of those gregarious little people that was always a little bit naughty at school, but not so naughty that the teachers didn't like me as well. And I actually went to boarding school, and I was friends with everybody. You know, the cool kids and the not so cool kids. I just love people. And so I'm just one of those, I suppose, lucky people that can get on with people. Anyway, I am also, I started doing beauty therapy. That's what we call it
Mm.
in England. I think you call it an esthetician here. And I love the massage bit, and I got into aromatherapy. So I was an
Mm.
aromatherapist. I was manageress of a big salon in London, and yeah. Anyway, it's all part of the mind and body and the connection, because you have to choose the oils that go with their issue. So I started getting interested in that. So I went down the counselling route.
Mm. Yep.
And I did a lot of training with that, read loads of books, and I was 3 years in my degree, and I was married at that time. And then I went, I
The
have a
big aha
choice.
moment. Yeah.
It was a very big one. I have a choice. I don't need to be in this awful marriage.
Mm.
And where I'm making him obviously unhappy, and I'm unhappy, and children are unhappy. And then I thought, well, what do I do? So I just waited until the next time he did something like I'm leaving you, blah 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 blah, and I went, okay. I went, okay.
Yeah.
Bye. You
Bye
said
bye.
it, because I wasn't going to be the one necessarily to do it.
Mm.
So yes, and then I got remarried, but I still had this need to do something else. Oh, and then my eldest son had hypnosis for something. I which his dad had arranged, I must admit, and
Mm.
I thought, oh, what's that?
Mm.
So I did
Yeah.
the exploratory thing, and I did a 6 week course. Actually, it was just over 3 weekends. Oh my gosh, I absolutely loved it. I couldn't get enough of it, and I was really good at it. And when we're really good at something, it's like it's
Right. It
the
lights you up.
yeah.
Yeah. You're like,
So
aha, I get this. This other
yeah,
stuff is just doesn't make sense. This just flows. It's like you're built for this.
I was and I was just not a natural at it, but I was,
Right.
because I loved it so much. And when you love something, it kind of just adheres to you, and it becomes like osmosis. So I read all the books. I challenged myself. I did some quite interesting things with my clients. I was already an aromatherapist,
Right.
Brian. I had
Right.
clients straight away, and I had people to practice on while I was doing my diploma. So it was like, it was, it was all good, and yeah, I've just carried on ever since, and then sort of like carried on learning, and now
Yeah.
created my own thing.
That's interesting you're talking about because of our body has these different smells and hearing. I know some hypnotists work with music. So do you still use aromatherapy with some of your clients?
Well, I did in America, I mean in England, sorry.
Hmm.
So I used to do hypno aromatherapy. In fact, I did hypno Reiki as well, because I've got my Reiki too.
Same, yeah.
Okay, so it's like a whole energy thing. And when I did the massage, it was, because it's like it was 2 hours. They would always have 2 hours, and I'd be massaging the scalp. But it's a specific massage that works along the meridians as well,
Right.
and I would be doing the hypnosis at the same time. So it was a complete mind body
Oh,
transformation.
I love that.
And so I never used any scripts because I couldn't use scripts because it all had to be in my
Because
head
your hands probably
anyway.
had, yeah,
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 because
your
I couldn't
hands
be
were
holding
busy, and
anything.
yeah, right.
So it was like I always said to them, "You're just going to get what comes out of my mouth." By the way, it's like
Yeah.
it would just, and it was a feeling. So it was quite interesting. I would come up with because of the way Reiki works as well. So I would be massaging somebody, and then I would get this like little message going, "You need to do this with them," and I'd be
Mm,
creating scripts up in
right,
my
right.
head on the spot afterwards, and I go, "What was that like? Oh, I love the way you brought in my twin me, to that knows me better than I know myself, and we had a chat, and I just loved how you did that." And I thought, yeah, I don't know why I did that. I just came.
That is fascinating. I wish I could explain what happens, because like similar thing with me and Reiki is like I'd be saying, I'm getting something with your knee, whatever, and then they'd be like, oh yeah. It's like, is that part of our unconscious? Like, where's that coming from?
Well, I think it's our intuition, and because we're
Mm,
going into the zone ourselves with our
right.
own hypnosis, because that's what I do with a lot of my clients, and I'm sure
Hmm.
you do as well, Ryan,
Hmm.
and most of our community, is that you kind of get into the flow with them, the energy, yes,
Right, right.
and then it invites other things in, and that's why maybe sometimes we're led to ask a specific question, which we
Mm,
might not have done before,
right.
and you might yourself go, "Well, I don't know why I'm asking this question, but I just feel as though I really
You
need
just
to
feel, you
ask
feel
it,
it. Yeah, right, right.
or I need to say this thing, or it's like that whole just understanding of what is perhaps going on for somebody, and you can just really more empathize with them when
Mm.
you get into the zone. I think it's it's probably the infinity. It's probably a figure of eight
Oh,
that
I
goes
love that
around us.
analogy. Yeah, the
Yeah.
infinity symbol. Because we talk about that psychodynamic loop, and that's a
Hmm.
circle. But I love what you're saying there because it's more like an infinity sign. It's like,
Yeah, and
yeah,
the energy.
it's feeding each other. Right.
And that's what Reiki does, as you know. It comes through, it's a flow, which is
Yeah.
why you may be drawing some negativity out of them, but you just act as a conduit and it goes out of you. You
So
know,
how do we, as practitioners of hypnosis or Reiki or any kind of this energy type work, how do we turn off our critical doubts that say, no, don't ask that question, or don't,
okay, so what you're asking is if we're in that kind of flow state with somebody and we're
right,
thinking, oh, do I just say this?
right,
Okay, well, I this is what I do, Ryan.
yeah,
I always, if that does happen, and I expect it probably did at the beginning, I just go, what's the worst thing that's going to happen to
mm,
myself? That's what I
yeah,
also then ask myself. So I had, I think she'd lost a lot of a client of mine lost a lot of young people around her.
mm,
There was it was just like not a very nice time for her. A lot of people were dying,
mm,
and all of a sudden I just got this bumblebee. But I made it
mm,
bumblebee, and I said, "I'm really sorry, but I'm getting this thing that's just come into my head, bumblebee. Does that
yeah,
mean anything to you?" No. And then we just
uh,
carried on talking. You see? So what's the
yeah,
worst thing? And then
yeah,
suddenly, though, she went, "Oh, the app Bumble."
oh,
Because I'd said
yep,
because I had added
bumblebee,
on
yeah,
Bumblebee.
right, but it's a bumble, the app was in her,
There you go. So
yeah,
you know what? Just say it. Because what's the worst thing that will happen? They'll just go, nah, and you move on.
right. Even in like trance, I'm thinking like, sometimes you make those, like one time I said, okay, I'm going to count you up 1 to 5. But I said, I'm going to count you up from 5 to 1. It's just, you slip in the map, but it's that confusion. Sometimes it's a beautiful thing. It's part of the dance.
Oh yeah, sometimes if I have done a permissive, a progressive relaxation,
Hmm.
and relaxing your shoulders, relaxing your arm all the way down to the tips of your toes, and I
Hmm.
actually meant the tips of your
And you're
fingers.
holding up your
All right,
hand for those that are just
and they're
listening.
just
Yeah.
going, and I'm
Yeah.
like going, and all the way, that's right, and all the way down to the tips of your fingers. I go, where am I suddenly down? I'm down the
Right.
toes. It's
Right.
like it doesn't matter because it's not what you say, it's always your body language that we use
Right.
with our clients. It's the smile on our face.
Hmm.
It's the expression that we're using. It's the tone of our voice.
Right.
So a client won't notice if you're saying and relax your spleen and your esophagus and you're the
Right, right. Or some
They're
long
yeah,
scientific word or
and all
just a
these
made
other,
up word. Yeah.
yeah, they're not gonna. It's just like it's how you would say it.
Mm. It's
So
that
and
intention, like in Reiki, where you have the highest intention for the person. Like,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I know
beautiful.
we don't say those words just in case anybody's thinking, do you relax those things? No, I don't. But I'm just saying we wouldn't say it. But if you did,
Well, I'm no
the
longer
client,
going to say those words now. I'm going to take this out of my practice. Yeah.
the client wouldn't mind because it's the and just relaxing now.
Right.
It's your voice
Right.
that
I
that
love
makes
that.
the person relax.
And I don't want to keep the people watching, listening in suspense too much longer. We talked about the bunny talk. And I'm curious because everywhere I go in the different hypnosis groups, they're all about, oh, you got to go to bunny talk. You got to learn bunny talk. And I know you're presenting it both in the workshop and the session at HypnoThoughts Live. So, all right, tell me, how did you come about bunny talk and what is it?
Okay, well, okay. NLP, neuro linguistic programming.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
I know you're a master, right?
Yes,
You're,
and many people are. Many people
yeah.
are.
Well,
However,
like I heard you're the black belt with like the several different stars in the black belt. Like you're the Mr. Miyagi of NLP, right?
I don't think so, but I'll take it. Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah.
I have several mentors. I'm lucky.
Yeah.
Beryl Comer is one of them, as is Bob Burns. So yeah,
Mm.
so I'm pretty lucky. Now, the also let me start at the very very beginning of shadow puppets. Do you remember playing shadow puppets?
Of course, yes.
Good. Okay. And I did with my daughter. Okay, when she was a little girl, we did Mummy Bunny and Baby Bunny.
Mm.
We were doing the shadows first of all, but she just, little girl. I don't know if you've got any children, but she
Yeah,
was just
too.
really cute, and she was like, "Hello, hello." So we were doing this, and then I taught her the months of the year, days of the week, all the things, all the simple math through our bunnies, and it was just became our thing. It's just the way we played, silly playing in bed and stuff
Yeah,
like
I
that.
love this. Yeah.
Yes, because at that point, I was not doing NLP and I had no idea, Ryan, that I had been anchoring in
Oh,
safe. Yes,
yeah.
okay. Safety, love, and security, unconditional love
I
through our
love that.
bunnies because I never told her off. It was always play. Because
Right.
sometimes I would be the baby bunny and she would be the teacher bunny. I'd get it wrong on purpose and
Mm.
she would go, "It's okay, just have another go." Because that's what I said to her. So she
Yeah.
learnt to be kind and there was never a failure. It was
Mm.
just have another go.
Have another go.
And
Oh,
that's all that's,
there's
yeah.
so much to learn from that too. Just, I just think that childlike wonder, and as adults, we kind of lose that. And
Yes, unfortunately we do. However, we moved to America. Okay.
yeah.
2019. She's nearly 13.
Mm.
And the year after, there's COVID.
Mm.
Okay. Now she's in grade 8
Hmm.
and there's no school for like 2 years. So she missed out at the high school and they're all in hoodies, screens off. It was awful. I think it was a really bad time actually for youngsters and for all ages really, but it was very bad for kids. And she had a little bit too much time, possibly I don't know, to think, and she started hurting herself,
Hmm.
cutting, and it was hidden. So, and I'm still only every so often seeing certain little marks.
Hmm.
However, um, I did notice, and especially the ones on her legs. So her thighs. I anyway, it was New Year's Eve, She comes through to my bedroom, 3 o'clock in the morning, sobbing. She's
Mhm.
15 now, sobbing, scary sob, a really scary sob. Got out of bed, got into bed with her, and I held her. Can you tell me what it is? And then don't ask me what made me do it, Ryan.
Mhm.
I got Mummy Bunny out. Yeah. And she got her baby bunny out, which is as
Mm.
big as my bunny now, but with the little ears down. And she told Mummy
Mm.
Bunny what had happened to her. She couldn't tell
Mm.
me, but she could tell the Mummy Bunny.
Mm.
So
Mm.
they figured it out what they would do,
Yeah.
and we roll on. I was actually learning sleep talk with Cheryl Elman.
Mm.
The Elmans. So of course Larry just recently passed away in August last year. So I was learning that sleep talk with Cheryl, and I told her, "Oh, this is something that I did with my daughter, and we played this game." She went, "You have to do something with that,"
Yeah.
and she named it the Bunny Talk process.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's Cheryl Elman who named it.
Yeah. That's so cool.
So yeah,
Yeah.
blame it on her. and and then I spoke about it. So I wrote a book for
Mm.
parents, and that is my ebook, A Parent's Journey in the Bunny Talk Process, because it's got in that for parents to have that communication with their children now when they're little, so that when they are
Mm.
teenagers, they have a way to communicate with them.
Mm.
Because I've also since said to my daughter, Ryan, if I ever get dementia, because I'm a dementia consultant as well, I'm a memory consultant because I'm in North Carolina. So I know,
Yeah, the laws.
all the states. I said to her, darling, I said, if I ever get dementia and I forget you, will you talk to me with the bunnies?
Mm.
Because I'll never forget the feeling
Mm.
of the bunny talk.
Yeah, the feeling.
Yes. And because of that conversation we had, she has always since been able to tell me everything. I mean, sometimes she has
Mm.
overshared, that's fine. But I feel blessed,
Right.
that she feels comfortable enough to talk to me like that now, because there was a time when she was like 13, 14, and just before this happened when she was
Right.
15, that she could only see me as critical parent.
Right.
Which, in fairness, hold my hands up. I was at times, because the state of a
Yes.
bedroom, it's
Right.
like, you know,
I'm there. I'm holding up my hands too.
I get emotionally
Yeah,
hijacked
there.
too. Just
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
like, it's like, there's only so much you can take. Will you please take your stuff downstairs?
Right.
Um, but yeah, but actually everything just kind of just relaxed after that. It
Mm.
was it was just lovely because of the unconditional love.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I love how you're anchoring it for those that are just listening. Like she's putting their finger and her thumb together with the ears, the other fingers up. And then so it's anchoring that
I know, but
unconditional
we see
love.
everybody doing that because it's like the
It's like
okay
the okay
sign.
symbol.
It's the
Yeah.
okay sign.
Yeah, that's
And
right.
everybody does it,
Yeah.
you know?
Or I'm thinking like in India, the different mudras that, they do.
Yes, or there could be that. I've had
Yeah.
some people train it like that, and I say it looks like a cow. But do you know what? If a kid liked a cow and doesn't like bunnies,
Yeah.
use a cow. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter for some parents. If they want to do, it just doesn't matter. It's whatever they're going to use. The fact is that just have something
Right.
that you do and that you play with. So it's all about play. So I did. I spoke about this to HypnoThoughts about 4 years ago, and I had other colleagues come up to me and say, "You're going to make this into a course?" And I went, "Well, no, because everybody can do shadow puppets."
Mm.
And then they went, "Well, if you don't, we will." They were saying it nicely. They were giving me the
Right.
they were giving me the kick up the butt
Yeah.
to do something. And so I thought, "Oh my gosh, well, I really could because I see kids, and this is what
Right.
I kind of play with them. This is what I do." And then I'll just think, when I do the emotional intelligence, my version of it that I
Mhm.
coach to the parents first, Well, that can be taught within the bunny talk process, because I also
Mm,
use that in corporate. I use it with all of my clients. So that'll be really useful for people to know. And then I thought, well, and this is how I play with my children. And then lo and behold, Ryan, not only am I then showcasing this, it was at Heartlands actually, the conference there. And I've got Larry Garrett there. He's like watching it. I
yeah.
have I have somebody else being my volunteer, and she was like, so I was like, oh, play act as a child sort of thing,
Mm,
and then she didn't. She did her. She went. You could see it. She went into like a trance,
huh.
and she just did her own so she stopped playing, and she got out this big black thing on the paper that's what we do. We draw around your body and everything. It's very, very interactive. And she was colouring it in, and she went, "That's from my child. That's how I
Mm,
feel." And we all went anyway. I did the because there's eye movement, so there's like
yeah.
EMDR in it, if you like. And we got rid. It was released. It was got rid of, and we all just went, "Oh." I mean, literally,
Yeah.
I did as well. We all did. We all went, "Oh, this isn't just for children.
Mm,
This is inner child work." And so
yeah.
I have now been since then, so for the last 3 years, with my clients. So I do see a lot of people. I mean, in my opinion, and not for everybody, not for every situation, but a lot of issues do stem from child.
Right.
And so we draw it out. And I've done it on medical doctors. I've done it on other professionals, on psychologists, therapists, and they send me their clients now. Yeah.
So that was my follow-up question. You mentioned corporate before. I'm just picturing these people, these doctors, they're in stuffy suits, and you're like, all right, we're going to play with these little like shadow puppets. Like,
I
how
don't
do you
do that.
cross?
No,
Yeah.
I
Okay.
don't do that bit. I do the emotional
Okay.
intelligence coaching
Got
bit.
it.
I
Okay.
do my diagrams, and I do my other stuff. If they want to
Fascinating.
see me, um, so it's like a 3 hour workshop.
Mm,
If they want to see me privately, but for their stuff, that then they can, because no, it would be a private thing. I can do it in group, but we don't discuss then what's going on. And you may think, how
right.
can I do it in group? Well, people draw gingerbread men on a little piece of paper
Mm,
instead of everybody. We could, if I had enough space, like a
yeah.
big
Yeah.
sports hall, people could get into pairs and do it, but that would be longer still. But I do that more in my training, when I'm actually training it, then people are
Mm,
doing it on each other then. But if it's group led, yeah, no. If I do corporate, it's my version of emotional intelligence diagrams, so that they get the aha moments of why they behave the way they do, why other peers around them behave the way they do, and it teaches them to be more compassionate in their workspace, their work area, and
mm.
realize, because it's teaching empathy basically.
Yes. Wow. Yeah, that seems like the impossible. That seems like a Don Quixote moment, that big windmill, and like, okay, I'm going to go teach these professionals empathy. So,
Yeah, yeah, but in a clever way.
in a clever way. I love
Yeah.
that.
And they're taking, and because they're drawing it out as well,
Yeah.
they're taking ownership. So that's like the first bit that I do with my parents as well. So it's yeah, and I say there's a bit in it with one of them, and I'd never tell a parent that it's your fault that your child is like this, because it's not always that anyway at
Right.
all. But I just say some parents do this, and then it's up to them if they go, "Oh, we do that," and a lot of the
Mm,
time they do, or they go, "Oh, that what happened to me. That's what's happened to me," or they say, "No, they put it all on themselves," and then I know more
mm,
about the child as well. So
mm.
it's an exploratory thing. Plus, I do like to be with my clients every step of the way, to be honest, even when I'm doing like an intake form, because I do a lot of body watching.
Mhm.
I will look at how they might say. where their child is in the pecking order, first, second, third,
Mm,
or their tone of voice. I want to see it all. I want to see them flush. I want to see them do this. I want to see them, I want to see
right.
them twitch. If I get a form and it's on there, I've got no idea about how they actually felt about it.
Mm, right. Right. So,
So that's what I
wow.
do. Hmm.
On one hand, I'm thinking you must be so overwhelmed with people coming to you. On the other hand, do you ever exclude people? Like, do you say this isn't a good fit?
Uh, yes, if rarely,
Hmm.
um, there are times when I think they're not ready,
Mm,
and it's they just need a bit more time. So
mm,
it's if they're ask if you just kind of just know on the telephone, but very very rarely does that happen. Very rarely. So it's and sometimes it is quite interesting if somebody's late for their appointment, then I get curious.
mm. That's fair.
And I
Yeah.
mean very
That's
late. I don't
it's a
mean
clue,
5 minutes late. I
right?
get yeah, and it's like that there's some resistance there.
Yeah,
So
something's
I
up.
yeah, I get curious about that. I get
Yeah.
curious all the time, and that's
I think that's
my
a
job.
big thing. We talk about that play and the bunny talk, but curiosity is a thing that serves us well, especially in this profession.
Yeah. And that's exactly what I mean, Brian. So we want to know how so when they're with us, I want to see their fingernails.
Yeah,
I want to see just how they do certain movements. I just want to know, you know.
right. And
It,
it's
it,
interesting. And the more you do this, the more you trust the feedback.
oh, the whole process.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. You just get tuned in.
Yeah. Now, I heard about, so you have lots of clients. I heard about one in particular story where you got a 1-star review.
In fact, that's happened twice now. You're going to love this, I know, and it's but from the same genre. So that's my talk at HypnoThoughts live this year. 1-star review, the ultimate compliment, because my ebook, which I wrote for parents. This was before I made it into a course. I wrote it specifically for parents, and so that they could, play with their children, bunnies, and
Mhm.
create that anchoring like I had. Yeah, I get this 1-star review from my ex-husband. It's not even about him, and it's quite interesting because I do put in this book because it's for parents, and I wrote it very short because I want parents to read it. Parents don't have time to read. They want something, they want it here
Right,
and now. Give it to me now. 20 minutes, done. Great. I've got the
right.
information. Now I can move on. Give them a great big volume like this. Ah.
Yeah, I still haven't gotten through the Stark book or
Yeah,
any of the others.
they're
My
just
kids
not,
are fully grown now, and I still haven't finished those books.
they're just not going to read
The
it.
what to
Well,
expecting when you're
yeah.
expecting, what
Well,
to expect when they're toddlers.
they'll just flick through it. So
Yeah.
I did 10 best questions that you might like to ask yourselves even before you have a child. And then I did best practice for children when there's a divorce,
Mm,
best practice for children for the when they're for being a step parent for the children,
mm.
so that they can be mindful of it. It's got some poems in there, a poem my daughter wrote me as well, and as I say, it's got the how the bunny talk came about.
And curious for those listening, watching, how can they get this ebook? Is it on Amazon?
Oh, it's on
Where?
Amazon, yes,
Yeah,
and I'm about to get it printed out into an actual book as well.
lovely, lovely.
So because I get so many people saying, "Oh, I want it as a book," so I was like, "Okay." So
Okay,
I will. I
yeah,
heard. I listen, and I am writing
cool.
another one as well at the moment. But however,
Yes.
there's it is quite amusing because There were so many people go, oh, but he was so nice. How could he be this? He was, of course he's charming. Of course yeah, lovely,
Mm,
lovely.
mhm, mhm.
Nah. And the brilliant thing, that's why it's 1 star review, the ultimate compliment. Thank you. You just
Yeah.
write it all out for me because he even invites people to get in touch with him. I am the ex-husband. I have the truth. I have this, and it's like even talk. He says the boys. They're grown men now. It's like
Yeah.
just honestly, it's like it's worth a read.
I'm wondering too, because I used to do stand-up comedy for a while. You and I both have the entertainment spark in us. You do hypnosis entertainment as well. And a lot of hypnosis too is that, like, I'm getting deviated off track a little bit here, deviated too. Uh, but like improv, I see what we do is a lot of improv, the yes and. But I say all that to say this is, with my ex-wife, she would on her Facebook pin the post of her review of my stand-up comedy. Like, of all the things she could be talking about in the world, that is her pinned post. That's her identity, is being my ex-wife of this guy doing horrible stand-up comedy.
I know, I know. It's crazy, isn't it? Because how long ago was that?
Yeah, 2019 is when we got divorced, and then yeah, so
Okay. Well, mine was 25 years ago.
that's wild.
I
So
know.
how's that? So I'm curious. We talk about curiosity, and how is that the ultimate review? You got this guy
Because
saying,
more
"Get in touch with
people,
me."
okay, the
Yeah,
ultimate compliment, because people are wondering, well, what did she write?
right.
So you have to buy the book to find out. And then because what he says is so unkind, it's like
Right,
his proof is in the pudding. This
right,
is who you are.
right.
Unkind words. Who does
Mm.
that after 25 years?
And what's your message at HypnoThoughts Live when you're talking about this? What's your message to the world, even about?
Oh, it'll be a little bit about
Yeah.
parents not narcissistic and what happens to the child,
Mm,
because there's a lot of people. It is horrendous when there's children involved, and
sure.
so there's a lot of trauma involved, and hence I'll be talking about that bit actually, and then and drawing a specific diagram that I draw for
Mhm.
which is part of my process. I like to share a lot of knowledge, and then I will be doing a group session or an individual. So I'll see what they want, because I can do both, or I'll do that and that. It's like I
Yeah.
can, as I say, because I know it. When I train this, I don't work off the manual either. It's all in my
Mhm.
head because
Mhm.
I do it a lot. So yeah.
It's like going to the theater. It's a new show every night, even though it's kind of the same show, but it's a new show every night.
Yeah, always, always. Yeah, and we perform all the time, don't we?
Absolutely. And I wonder too, how how do you take care of yourself when you get that it's toxic, it's poison released into the world? How do you protect your
I'm really
energy?
good.
Yeah.
I'm very, very good at self-care. I don't know if you've just noticed of my hair done. My daughter, she's doing cosmetology now, and
Oh,
she did my hair.
lovely. Yeah,
I know,
following
so
after
she did.
mom. Yeah.
Yes, so she did my hair
She
today.
did a great job. Yeah.
Uh, but we have a dog. I had a beautiful working cocker spaniel before she came over with us. Sadly, she passed. But she would be my absolute. I think they absorb stuff from us.
Mm.
And when she passed, it took me a whole year before I could get another one. But anyway, I've got a golden retriever now, who is the size of a lion, and he's like constantly sort of like hello, it's like he's there all the time, but I walk him a lot,
Mm.
and so if I'm in between clients, I never book my clients back to back. I always have like half an hour in between, and I go for a walk.
That's wonderful. I love the exercise. I love animals, of course. And then just thinking in my head, like that Eckhart Tolle wrote that it's like a children's book about watching our animals and becoming like them, where they don't worry if people think they're fat or overweight. They don't ponder, what's next, what's going to happen next hour. They just are, like
Unconditional love.
unconditional love and curiosity.
Yeah, they're just gorgeous. And then yes, every morning I do exercise anyway. I ride my
Yeah.
bike. In fact, that's when I practice my scripts. I always do my stage show in the morning when I'm on my bike because I road bike in the freezing
There
cold.
is something about that rehearsal in the mind.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
yeah, and it's funny how we have that same process. I do the same. And I don't want to get deviate again off track on that, but there is something to it about exercising, visualization, affirmations, reading, journaling. These are all great things. And it goes back to the question of if someone is listening now
Yes,
or
yes,
watching
yes.
and they got some toxicity from a narcissist or a ex, or there's some poison that's pulling at their energy. What's something helpful now that might be able to help them?
Oh, well, I'm a certified havening practitioner as well, literally. Somatic. Get your hands on your shoulders,
Yep.
cross them, close your eyes, and just
Mm,
stroke down.
mm, mm,
You can hum happy birthday, you can move
yep.
your eyes left and right underneath your eye. You can do this, but just and literally also just shake your body out.
Yep.
You can just shake it out. But this, when you are doing this, you're activating the serotonin and oxytocin
Mm,
in your own body, okay? And you're activating the GABA waves inside your brain, and it's the
mm,
GABA waves that really create the change for us, that really
mm.
help shift negativity. So it
Yeah.
activates them. So that's what we want. So yeah, I mean, I literally have done my best to train in every single thing that you can imagine that will help with. And I'm in North Carolina, significant emotional events and feelings. So it's if I was in England, I could say trauma. Actually, I prefer significant emotional events and feelings.
Right.
Because it does cover so much. But yeah, it's I did IEMT, gosh, back in England. I did the blast technique. As I say, I'm a certified havening practitioner, master NLP. But so many of them cover all the eye movements, and then I've created my own because I've pulled so
Yeah.
many of the best bits that I have learned, and that's the bunny tour process. That's what my clients get.
I love it. To me, I like the analogy of you're an artist. You're going into the art store and you're like, oh, well, there's a new type of brush, or oh, there's a new type of clay, or let's experiment. And then you're like, okay, I'm going to create this art. Some of it's painting, some of it's clay, some of it's whatever.
There you go. I'm an artist, and I didn't know it.
Yeah, and as entertainers, we kind of are as well. And then so let's just spend a little moment on that. So you started with caring for people with you went got some education about it, you did the aromatherapy as well. How did you get into entertainment?
Well, I'm just naturally funny because I'm English, and
We'll pause there. I've met plenty of English people, even some of our peers. They're not nearly as funny as you are. So nice try.
but we do have a quirky sense of humor.
Yeah.
So it's well, most of us do. Yeah, I don't know. I just think it's funny. I always use humor in my sessions anyway.
Mm,
And it's and I think it works brilliantly as a pattern interrupt.
yes.
So you can see I've got this blue chair here. Okay, this is my office, and my client will sit over there. And I do this funny thing. I kind of scoot over because I have to scoot over like this. And I'm doing this, and I know I look like they must be going, "What is she doing? Why doesn't she get off and scoot the chair?" But I like doing it because it makes me feel like a child. And I
Mm,
say that to them, and then they kind of go, and they just know they're in. They know they're in for a laugh because I have to get near them onto a certain side when I'm going to do some eye movements. You see,
right. Yeah.
so I have to do, and it's just like they just must wonder what on earth I am doing. And I say that to them. I know you're wondering what on earth I'm doing, but I said I quite like it because it makes me feel like a child. And it's like, and now we're laughing. That is a massive pattern interrupt, you see. So we're
I love it.
already, and I'm doing it on purpose, we're already creating change.
Okay, so now I'm curious. What's one of the funniest things that you've done on stage with hypnosis? Like, what's one of the funniest stories that pops to the top of your head?
Oh, you should have asked me this before. I've got to think now. Okay. So what, when I've been doing stage hypnosis?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm actually really still quite new to it. So I've done 3 shows.
Okay.
So I think my first one I loved the most, okay? Because oh my gosh, all right. I was like had no idea really and truly that they were suddenly going to be doing these things. So I had men having oh, so I did it for charity, okay, and it was
Hmm.
for a dog charity, saving dogs. And so I had them, I thought, oh, I'll have the men having babies, but they didn't. I had them having puppies. So they had this puppy, and
Yeah.
I was like then asking them how did that happen? And they were like, really, I don't know. And there was this, I don't know if I can swear on here either, but anyway, I had
Plenty
one.
people have.
Oh, okay. Well, I had one young girl. Her family was in the audience. She was 22. The family was in the audience, and they had their other younger daughter there. And I was asking, with the microphone, how did this happen? And she goes, he fucked a dog. And I'm like going on because I was
Yeah.
like looking at the parent. Anyway, it was very funny, but it was just like they do like crazy things, you know.
Right.
It's but every single time I'm like going, oh, they're doing this now. Oh my gosh, they're actually doing it, you know. And so I'm still amazed as everybody that I'm actually guiding them to do that. But I was very lucky. I've had really good subjects actually, um, and they've gone deep. I mean, there are just some that it's like, yeah, it is fun. But what about yours? What's one of your funniest ones?
Well, to me, the funniest one, also the first one, was when I did the convincer where you have their hands locked together and you say,
Mhm.
okay, the more you try, the more, just the very beginning of the show, you're just doing some complacent testing and seeing, and then everyone, I had 13 people up front and 13 people open their hands. Whoop.
Oh,
To me, that just makes me laugh every time I think about it because it's like, and like back to improv, yes,
well,
and
I
that,
get volunteers up, and then I do it with them, and then
yeah, that's the
and then I
volunteer. The
do,
volunteers were
yeah.
up, and then like they did the fingers, and they did all that stuff, and then, but the next show I did it, yeah, we got them all like that. But I love just you mentioned it right. It's like the people they get so involved, and you're like, wow, that's amazing. Like I did the Richard Barker thing where swim like a fish, and then one of the ladies was like just laughing hysterically, just thinking, oh, this is funny. I'm a fish. Like, how am I a fish? I have no idea. But she's just laughing or saying, every word I say, this was actually an accident on my behalf. I said, every word I say will become funnier and funnier. And all of them were just laughing or rolling around. And then they're like, okay, now back to sleep now. And then again, they're all like laughing. So, okay, I tried to get them to be quiet, but that to them was funny. It's like a little bit chaotic, but
Yeah,
chaos is sometimes
I
funny.
did the laughter police, and I had one man. He was like he put his chair up, he stood up, got up, and he was like going, "You," and he was really pointing at you, Mister Mustache Man. Mr. Moustache Man, I'm gonna get
Yeah,
you. And I went, it's all right, sir. The SWAT team's here now. You can sit back down. It's like, oh my god.
I love that. Yeah. I know there's that show, Whose Line Is It? The one guy, I think Colin is one of them, and he partners with a hypnotist now. And they're on the road where they do improv hypnosis. So they'll take an audience member, hypnotize them, and then they'll do improv. And it's the most funny thing to watch what they come up with.
Yeah, no, I love it. Oh yeah, I had a tickle stick as well, and they were saying that it was. I
A
You can
tickle
do
stick. Yeah.
all sorts, but it is yeah. I love it. I love that I get to do this and show the benefits of hypnosis because I then always put in some good stuff at the end for
Right.
everybody.
yeah, and they walk away feeling so good about themselves and
Yeah,
life.
yeah, yeah.
And I
I do
had
that for
that.
the audience as well. So I do it for
Yes,
them and the
yes.
audience. And it's like same if they're on the roller coaster and they're going and they're
Yeah.
screaming and what have you. I then anchor it. I go on their shoulders, and it's like each and every one of
Mm.
you is a has got the courage, and you're not just a survivor, you're a thriver. And nod your head if you've taken this suggestion in. So it's
Oh,
like, so
that's
yeah,
wonderful.
so they
And
know
then,
that they can move forward and conquer their fears because that's a huge one for people. I think it's the most debilitating thing that people can have, really. The two emotions are shame and fear. And
mhm.
well, we're not in the realm of doing any shame work on the stage, but we can help people with fear. And of course, true fear is feeling the fear of doing the roller coaster. And then it's like, and then if you can build that in, I think that's a real gift
Mhm.
that we can give to people.
I love that so much. Yeah. And I guess that's what got me into hypnosis is from the stand-up realm is I had this theory. It's like people are in trance when they walk into the show. They got in a fight with their spouse or they couldn't find
Yeah,
parking or they're running late or whatever it is. They have bills to pay and they're in this trance. It's like, how can we get them out the trance before the show starts?
yeah,
So meet them at the door, tell some jokes, warm them up. But
yeah,
yeah, and in
yeah.
a moment, everyone listening and watching do get a little taste of Claudia's touch to help you with a little hypnotic gift. But before we do that, Claudia, is there anything that a message that you would like to tell the world?
Oh my goodness. Love,
Mm,
love your friends, love your family, and above all else, love yourself. Because there
love.
is nothing better than love. There's nothing greater than love. That's all there is.
That's a great message.
Yeah.
Wonderful. And thank you so much for being here. And for anyone, before she starts with this little hypnotic gift, of course, if you're watching, hopefully you're not driving and watching anyhow. But if you are listening, make sure you're not doing anything dangerous. Be safe, find a comfortable spot, and just enjoy. And I'll put
Okay.
it on mute.
Okay. And so, what I'd like you to do now is to just sit comfortably in your chair and focus on a spot just above. That's it. Just focus above your head now, just for looking up and just focusing your eyes on a spot on the wall. That's right. Just focusing your eyes on that spot on the wall while you listen to the sound of my voice. And while you're focusing your eyes on that spot on the wall and listening to the sound of my voice, I'd like you to become aware of your breathing while you're listening to the sound of my voice and focusing your eyes on that spot on the wall. And notice how your hands feel while you're noticing your breathing, listening to the sound of my voice and focusing your eyes on that spot on the wall. And now I'd like you to notice how your feet feel while you're noticing how your hands feel, noticing your breathing, listening to the sound of my voice and focusing your eyes on that spot on the wall. And your eyes are becoming heavy and tired now, heavy and tired. And you can naturally, easily and effortlessly lower your eyelids now while you continue to listen to the sound of my voice. That's right. And feel that wave of relaxation flow down now from the top of your head, down through your body, down through your legs, and all the way down to the tips of your toes, where you continue to listen to the sound of my voice. And any noises inside or outside, they won't disturb you. You'll just know it's the sounds of other people going about their daily business. And that's fine, because you're here with me, feeling safe, safe and calm, as you allow yourself to go deeper and deeper into your hypnosis, whatever your hypnosis is for you. And your eyes are feeling so comfortably relaxed now. that even if you tried to open them, you just couldn't be bothered to open them. And in a moment, I will be asking you to open your eyes. And when I ask you to open your eyes, I'll be asking you to close your eyes. And when you close your eyes, you will go 10 times, 20 times deeper and deeper into your hypnosis. That's right. Whatever your hypnosis is for you. Open your eyes and close your eyes and go 10 times, 20 times deeper and deeper into your hypnosis. Whatever your hypnosis is for you. That's right. Open your eyes and close your eyes and go 30, 40, 50 times deeper and deeper into your hypnosis. That's right. Whatever your hypnosis is for you. And that wonderful mind of yours knows how it can go even deeper still now as you go 60 times deeper, 70 times deeper, 80 times deeper and deeper into your hypnosis. That's right. It can go even deeper still now as you go 90 times deeper. And all the way down now 100 times deeper, deeper and deeper into your hypnosis. Whatever your hypnosis is for you. That's right. And now, I'd like your wonderful mind and imagination to drift off to that magical, mystical place in your mind. That safe place of yours, that magical, mystical place where you can make positive lifestyle changes now. That magical, mystical place, that safe place of yours, whatever it is for you, where you can make positive lifestyle changes now. And now, while you're in this magical, mystical place, I'd like you to give yourself a gift. And it could be a gift around your beliefs, your values, or something that you really want or desire right now. Make it a good gift. Make it a really good gift. That's right. And now, I'd like you to use that wonderful mind and imagination of yours to imagine a force field surrounding your body, protecting you. And this force field acts like an emotional barrier or boundary protecting you because you do not give other people's bad behaviour or their emotions or your own negative feelings and emotions permission to change the way you feel. You do not give other people's bad behaviour or their emotions or your own negative feelings and emotions permission to change the way you feel. And there's an opening in this force field, and it's where you breathe in new learnings, new positives, new opportunities, new potential, new adventures. And it's where you breathe out any negative feelings, images, thoughts, emotions, or sensations that you've been holding on to. It's where you breathe out all the old, negative, psychological rubbish that goes on in your head. That's right. And now, I'd like you to run a movie through your head. And this is a movie of you over the coming days, weeks, months, years, looking the way you want to look, feeling the way you want to feel, and doing all the things that you want to do. You have this gift. You have this force field surrounding you, protecting you, because you do not give other people's bad behavior or their emotions or your own negative feelings and emotions permission to change the way you feel. Make it a good movie. Make it a really good movie. We are the movies we play in our heads. We are the movies we play in our heads. Always play a good movie. Always play a good movie. That's right. And now, in a moment, I will count forwards from 1 to 5. And by the time I count to 5, you will open your eyes and you will emerge from your hypnosis. In a moment, I will count forwards from 1 to 5. And by the time I count to 5, you will open your eyes and you will emerge from your hypnosis feeling amazing, feeling really good for you. You have this gift. You have this force field surrounding you, protecting you, because you do not give other people's bad behavior or their emotions permission to change the way you feel. And you've seen yourself in a movie, looking the way you want to look, feeling the way you want to feel, and doing all the things that you want to do. That's right. And so ready now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Feeling amazing, feeling really good for you. You have this gift. You have this force field surrounding you, protecting you, because you do not give other people's bad behavior or their negative emotions and feelings or your own negative feelings and emotions permission to change the way you feel. And you've seen yourself in a movie, looking the way you want to look, feeling the way you want to feel, and doing all the things that you want to do. That's right. Are you back here with me in the present?
Amazing. Yeah, that is so good. I am so confident so many people are going to be blessed by going through that process, running that movie, feeling so good. So thank you for spending some time with us today.
Thank you
And
for having me.
thank you for that gift. And we'll put the links down below for people to see you at HypnoThoughts. I know you're presenting all over the world. I know you got Spain in a little bit and Chicago and Florida. You're very
I've got a
busy.
free e-guide. I'm more than happy to give it to
Yeah.
your viewers. I'll send it to you. It's actually because having communication skills is really important, and I wrote this e-guide actually before I knew I could have used AI. So I actually wrote it.
And there's something I've seen some AI, and you can always tell, just like some people use AI for their videos and whatnot, you're like, something's off. Even when you're reading, it's you talk go back to that intention of you have with your clients and the people you work with, and you could tell in the writing that the intention is very human and very energetic.
Well, yeah, I did write this one. There's other ones. No, my emails I don't always because it's
Yeah.
like there's so many, or things on my YouTube descriptions. It's like, oh my gosh, that would take me forever. So I do use
Yeah.
ChatGPT for that. It's
Yeah.
very helpful. But yeah, but I did. So I'm more than happy to share that
Cool.
with your viewers.
Beautiful.
So yeah,
Beautiful.
thank you.
Awesome. Looking forward to seeing you in person in the future. And I've been blessed by your presence here.
So are you going to HypnoThoughts as well then?
I am not. Yeah, I actually am doing I'm not married yet, but my fiance's
Ah.
brother is getting married, so we're going to Turks and Caicos. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. So next year.
maybe next
Next
year.
year. And you're
Yeah.
going to be in Chicago too, I think, right?
I am. Yes, I'll be in Chicago. I've got Florida. I've got Boston. I've
Yeah.
got England. I've got, yeah, there's quite a few. So, yeah,
So
I'll
many
be
good
with you.
ones.
Copenhagen soon. Oh, this weekend on Saturday, I'm at the Hypnoticon, Richard
Awesome.
Longard's. Yeah, so there's lots.
Awesome. I hope everyone gets to train with you and put into practice what you've come
Yeah,
across.
it's very helpful because it's as I say, you can use bit, all of it, or it's a whole framework. You can use little bits. It's really helpful for anybody's practice.
Awesome.
So
Thank you again.
thanks for having me. Thank you, Ryan.